a Christian in my heart, in my heart. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart, in my
There is a
heart, in my
beautiful
heart.
African proverb that says, "No light is so long and dark that it has no dawn." In our lives, no matter how challenging or painful our circumstances may seem, there is always hope. We are reminded today that even in the most difficult moments, a new world is coming. A world where God's justice, peace, and love will reign. Today's liturgy, my friends in Christ, invite us to reflect on this hope drawn from the readings for the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year B. The common thread is a message of courage and the promise of liberation. In the face of trials, we are assured that God is near and his salvation is close at hand. In the first reading from the book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1 to 3, we hear of a time of great distress, a time when people will experience anguish and suffering. Yet, in the midst of this darkness, the prophet Daniel points to a promise of deliverance. At that time, your people shall be delivered, he says. Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who lead many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. This is a promise of hope and resurrection. Even in the darkest times, those who remain faithful, who continue to lead others in righteousness, will experience God's light and deliverance. Similarly, in the Gospel according to Mark chapter 13, verse 24 to 32, Jesus speaks about a time when the heavens will be shaken and the Son of Man will come with power and great glory. While these words might sound ominous, they are meant to comfort us. They remind us that God is in control. The end of the world as we know it will not be the end, but the beginning of a new creation, a new heaven and a new earth. Jesus promises that the liberation is near at hand. But wait a minute. What does this mean for us today, my friends in Christ? In our daily lives, it means that no matter what struggles we face, be it personal, societal, or global, God has already won the victory. In the second reading from the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 11 to 14 and 18, we are reminded that Christ's sacrifice is once and for all. By a single offering, he perfected for all time those who are sanctified. Christ has already triumphed over sin, death, and darkness. Therefore, we need not despair, even when we face the worst that life can throw at us. Christ has already overpowered it. I don't know if you have read about the story of Dr. Viktor Frankl, a Jewish psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps. In his book titled Man's Search for Meaning, he writes about the importance of hope even in the darkest of circumstances. He observed that those who survived the camps were not necessarily the strongest, but those who had a sense of meaning and purpose, those who believed that there was something worth living for, even if it was just the hope of a better future. Franklin's life was a testimony to the truth that no matter how long the dark the night, the dawn of hope is always at hand. This is a message of the scriptures today, that no matter how dire the situation may seem, God's love, His salvation, and His liberation are near. So, my friends in Christ, as we look toward the end of the liturgical year B 2024, we are called to take courage. The darkness we face, whether in our personal lives, our nations, or the world, does not have the final word. Christ, the light of the world, is coming again, and He promises that we will shine like the stars forever and ever if we remain faithful and trust in His ultimate victory. Let us therefore pray that no matter what darkness we face, we will hold on to the hope of Christ's coming, knowing that the liberation is near at hand. May we be like those who lead many to righteousness, sharing this hope with others, so that all might see the dawn of a new world.
Lord, I want
Amen.
to be a Christian in my heart, in my heart. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart, in my heart.